Yep. Give Mississippi State a lot of credit. They came into a great environment. Hats off to our fans and students. They out-toughed us from the start. I mean, I had to call timeouts early, trying to coach effort in a rivalry game in front of a sold-out arena, and that's inexcusable. And that's what I was trying to do. And so it just lasted. We did some things, had a chance to win the game, but eventually toughness won out. 50-50 balls, 19-8 them. We couldn't keep them off the offensive boards, which is pretty obvious to all the fans and you guys who were covering the game. And so that's just kind of what it was. Great environment. And they just, obviously the freshman Reggie Perry was like a man among boys, front line. Both of our centers, Bruce and Dom, play 40 minutes combined, no defensive rebounds. It's almost impossible. Blake Henson not rebounding the ball. And so just they made a lot of good plays, so give Mississippi State a lot of credit.
Kermit, you talked about y'all's earlier this week about y'all's decision-making not always being at the level it needs to be. Do you think some of those possessions down the stretch were reflective of that?
Q made a great steal on a dribble hammer play. He smelt it out, and I thought it was a good play by him there. And, so, I mean, they have more turnovers than we do. And so that our decision-making at times, not great, but that wasn't the reason for the loss at all.
Kermit, did you think they were more intent on defending the post than they were the first game?
I don't know. I mean, they were switching and putting their perimeter guys on it. So they were doing that so obviously they didn't have any respect for our post. They're putting guards down there. We couldn't take advantage of it. Finally, we did with Bruce, and then they kind of stopped switching. We was a one-possession game. We got the ball right into Bruce, on a set play at about 3 feet, and we'll watch the tape and see what happened, but he thought he made a strong move. At the end of the day, they shoot 28 free throws. We shoot 14. They're most aggressive team, went to the line more, and that's kind of the game.
What do you attribute the lack of aggressiveness to? Is it some decline in confidence?
Lack of aggressiveness. Oh, no, Neil, no. Not confidence. How does confidence affect effort? How does confidence ever affect effort? But no way that would ever happen. At least I've never been on a team where confidence affected effort. I mean, it may affect shooting, may affect playmaking, but come on now. We're leading them in the SEC standings going in this game. So, I mean, I just thought they came right in, hit us right in the mouth. We couldn't keep them off the offensive boards, and that was the game.
What weren't you getting from Dom today?
Wouldn't rebound the ball. Wouldn't pursue balls. Just late to everything, and then – Bruce came in, I thought did some pretty good things, but Bruce can only play about 2 minutes. He always has to come out. And so it's frustrating at times, but that's just kind of where we are right now. That's where we are. But Dom's made a lot of progress, but he didn't show it today.
KJ started in place of Blake, gets 4 rebounds, second to TD, but other than that, really struggled on that end.
Yeah. Well, he's struggled with their length. KJ's got to understand, I mean, you can't just flail away in this league off 1 feet and expect somebody to give you a call. I mean, it is a big boy league, and you got to get in on 2 feet, and you got to shot fake, and at times make others better. And so their length and their physicality bothered him early. I just thought Blake needed a new change of scenery to come off the bench, and he had some moments, but he couldn't rebound the ball. He couldn't rebound it, and so he got 1 rebound in 27 minutes.
Kind of avoided talking about the freshman wall, especially with Blake. But these last few games, I mean, the last 2 weeks since the game in Starkville have been really rough for him.
Yeah, so I've got I think that's the biggest forest in all of athletics, a freshman wall. I've said that before. I'm not trying to embarrass you at all. I've said it from day one. I mean, Reggie Perry he's not hit a freshman wall. Just talent and toughness. That's what it is. That allows guys to hit, I guess, a so-called wall. I don't agree with that at all. Not at all. These guys, 18 years old, we manage their bodies. I mean, they're pampered to the utmost degree in college basketball with all the different things they get for treatment and recovery and days off and all the different things. So it's not about a freshman wall. I don't think, and I may be wrong, that's just my opinion with it. I just thought that the toughness part today, 2 or 3 weeks ago, obviously Blake made shots. Just made shots. And so, again, I'm not trying to blame it on Blake. Blake's going to be a great player here. But are you one-dimensional? Can you affect the game by doing other things? And today, Reggie Perry, he came out, he's only made 1 3, and he made some big-time threes, and I'm sure Ben was going, whoa, and he made them, and so he probably made 1, I think, going into the game.
5 of 6, obviously there's going to be frustration in the locker room wanting to turn it. How do you kind of not allow it to be too much spiraled or something like that? I mean, how do you
I hate all those words, spiral, and I just hate that. That's just, I mean, guys, who are we? We're a first-year program now. We're 14-7. We're 500 in the SEC. I mean, we've lost some really good teams. I mean, it's just where we are. It's no spiral here. Spiral's when your team won't practice, okay? And then when we don't practice, then I'll tell you we're in a spiral. So we're not in a spiral. We got to go back and practice, and we got to play a good A&M team. That talent level is going to be just like ours on Wednesday nights, no matter what the records are. And that's just, we got to control what we can control. I mean, that's just it in a nutshell. You know, ain't nobody panicking, we're going to recruit like heck. We had a lot of good recruits at the game today. I mean, it's just, we're moving forward. We got to move forward. We got to move forward and think. And so we're not going to worry about freshman walls and spiraling and all that kind of stuff. We're just going to go out and try to be the best practice team we can be on Monday.
Will you address the effort differently in practice?
It's hard because we do a lot of toughness things, but I'd probably scare them if I coached this team like I coached some of my Middle Tennessee teams. They'd probably get a little nervous because my guys at Middle Tennessee were just tough, you know, and we just didn't give in on possessions. And we gave in on some possessions tonight and gave in on some possessions against Florida. And that's the only thing that bothers us. So we'll continue just to try to get us better.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming.